the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OU update with Ryan Aber. I'm Jenni Carlson. Ryan, obviously Sooner basketball season done, but one big question still remains, and that is Buddy Hield. Will he stay or will he go? Is he headed to the NBA? I'm not sure we have any definitive information on that, but what's your expectation on how this decision is going to go down?
Well, my expectation is that he'll declare very soon, possibly this week, that he will at least attempt to enter the NBA draft. With the NBA, there's a window where you can pull yourself back out as long as you meet certain criteria. I think he's going to test the waters a little bit because he certainly thinks he has a chance to jump into the first round and possibly even the lottery. I don't know that he's a lottery guy, but my expectation is that he'll at least test the waters.
So he can go and do some things as far as tryouts and camps and those sorts of things. And then if he doesn't like what he's hearing, he can, as long as he doesn't hire an agent, he can come back.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to declare for the draft initially by, I think it's April 26th is the initial day, but you've got until mid-June to pull yourself back out. And I think he at least goes through that process, goes to the draft camps, the one in Chicago, things like that, and tries to see where he lines up. Now, a lot of it depends on who else declares here over the next week and a half that could severely affect where he winds up going.
In your mind, is it more about guys at his position that declare, or just the overall number of underclassmen that could declare?
Yeah, I think it's the overall number of underclassmen that declare. I mean, Louisville's Montrezl Harrell's already declared, Kansas's Kelly Oubre, and Texas's Miles Turner have already come out. Those guys certainly affect where Buddy Hield would go. And then the Kentucky bunch, all of those guys, really Willie Cauley-Stein, Karl Anthony Towns, those guys still have to make their decision, and that drastically affects things. I think the sense is that if Buddy Hield thinks he's going in the first round, he's probably going to go the NBA route and try to test that. Typically, you would say you've got to be in the lottery for it to make much sense to jump. But I think with Buddy Hield, as long as he can get a guaranteed contract, as long as he can be a first-round guy, I think he's going to make that leap. I think he wouldn't feel bad if he sticks around for another year, and if the signs point to that being the smart decision, he'll go ahead and do that. But his default, I think, would be to make the jump.
Lastly, his departure would obviously impact the Sooners. They're losing Tayshaun Thomas to graduation. If they lose Buddy Hield, another key cog in the team that made it all the way to the Sweet 16 this year, you can't replace him with one guy, I don't think. But at this juncture, can they recruit for his absence? I mean, what do they do to kind of make up for his potentially being gone?
Well, Lon Kruger said the other day when Frank Booker left that they wouldn't recruit that open spot, but they have been sending out feelers to some JUCO guys, some high-level guys that could come in and make a quick impact that haven't made their decisions yet. They've also got a couple of incoming freshmen, Rashard Odoms and Christian James, who are sharpshooters from the outside that could at least relieve some of the pressure off of that. And you have to imagine that Isaiah Cousins' game is going to have to take a huge step forward if Buddy Hield leaves. If Buddy Hield comes back, this is probably a top 10, top 15 team next year. Yeah. Without Buddy Hield, it becomes a much different looking makeup. They've got to do a whole lot different things. Ryan Spangler has to be much more involved offensively for them to make big strides. So this is a huge decision, not only for Buddy Hield, but for the OU basketball program.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Sure, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.